80 or 400 comments on that. That could take a while, but it should be fun. We're going to cut these 16 feet long for that's 16 feet long. For their, who cut these 16 feet long for their milling for the cut these 16 long. What's up? What's up, Jax? Justin Walker. Hey guys, I'm doing a short live because yesterday I realized my live video didn't work because I didn't have the Wi-Fi turned on. So I don't have like the best signal, and I screwed it up, and I just talked and talked without looking to see what people were saying or to notice the quality, and so I screwed it up, and it's kind of a bummer because it was an hour-long video. But now I've got the Wi-Fi on, so I thought I'd do a short live and try to be a little more present with you here, if that's possible. And I was going to do some editing. So I'm editing a video that announces the winners of the 2 harnesses that we gave away. We haven't given them away yet, actually. But I'm editing a video that shows that. And it has to do with all those poems that people wrote in the video a while back. And Jason Williams, how you doing? And I'll upload that in a little bit, but I thought it would be kind of cool. Hello from Ottawa. Thank you. I thought it'd be kind of cool to Tree Dad. You guys interrupt a lot. You know that. Loud and clear in Scotland. That's worth the interruption. I don't have Starlink. Yeah, I still have my crane. I wouldn't get rid of my crane. If I did, it would mean I had a different one. So, a stump grinder, I'll get rid of a stump grinder. Anybody wants to buy it? Come get it. I'll sell it. A bucket truck, I don't appreciate bucket trucks much. I get rid of that. But no, I'll need the crane even if I wasn't going to do tree work, because my wife has me lifting things around the house all the time. Hey, move that hen house over here. Move the trampoline from the backyard to the front yard. Stuff like that. I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys some of my editing. Like, I don't know if you can see this very good, but so this is a job from yesterday. Me and Damien went and craned out this little redwood for another tree service because it was kind of an awkward backyard for them. And I thought, well, I'll just make a quick video for the YouTube. And so what I've done here is I start out with just a little bit of piece of action at the beginning. So this here, see at the beginning where the cursor is? Sorry, that's going to be... Where the cursor is, this is Final Cut Pro, it's called. And where the cursor is here is at the beginning. This is the timeline, okay? And I'll just take, it's called a hook, and you just put a little bit of action at the beginning of your videos so that you don't just start out in some boring monologue like I usually end up doing. But it starts out, you know, with a little bit of action. So there's a log coming off. It's a nice redwood log. See, that's Damien up there. And then when the piece floats away, boom, it starts. It starts into the actual sequence of the video. And then from there, you just chop the thing up and put the sequence down. You know what I mean? So really, this video today, this live video, is just to say, hey, sorry for yesterday's video. It was horrible. It was just so pixelated that you could barely make out the human form. I don't even know if you guys heard the audio. The software is Final Cut Pro on a Mac. And it's the easiest, most intuitive program. I've done a lot of Windows platform editing too, but I gave that up because Mac video editing is better. So you need a Mac if you want to have a more intuitive video editing program, in my opinion. Most of my videos, clear up to the video Bad Trees 7, is done with Windows. It was done with a program called Sony Vegas. And so I got fluent with that kind of stuff too, but this is better. You want to go with a Mac. Sup, Mr. Hunnicky, Nate Vance, Advanced Lawn and Garden LLC. So yeah, sorry about yesterday. And this video that I'm working on now will announce those 2 or 3 winners or 4 winners. And yeah, that's all this is about. Thanks to the super chatters from yesterday. Billy Ray showed up, dropped a hefty donation, which was really cool. And thanks to those diehards that hung around there through bad reception. Y'all are crazy. I don't know how the world's best tree guy is, Jordan. It's not me. It can't be me anymore. Somebody else rising up. There's Joe. There's Joe Boyd in the background. Hey. That's the world's best monkey beaver saddle creator. Diecast and more. Hope you're doing well. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, sir. You mean definitely, Jordan. You said defiantly, and I am pretty defiant, but... So look at this. I don't drink beer at all, and I definitely wouldn't be drinking Bud Light. So check it out. This is how we determined the winner of the harnesses, is we put these cans up here. See, we got the first name that was picked got the larger bottle here, and then the next name got the smaller bottle, and then the next name, because there were 4 numbers picked, and then the smallest one was one of those little Starbucks cans. I love your positive attitude all the time. Been climbing for 18 years. Trying to push through the hating it stage. Any advice? No. I mean, if you like, I was burned out on tree work until I started making video and I started sharing it. You know, it became like very rote. You know what I mean? It was going through the motions. It was cold and wet and scratchy and itchy and difficult, and dealing with people's, you know, what about that after you come down, stuff like that. And it wasn't until I started making video and sharing it with other people who live the life that I started like really getting into it again. So if you could do that, you might find a way to get through it. And if it doesn't have to be on video, you could just take somebody under your wing and say, you know, here's how you tie a bowl in or whatever. That's one way to make it new again, if that's what you need to do. I'm not saying you do, but if you need to make it new again and interesting again so that you can survive it, you might find that if you stop doing it for yourself and do it for somebody else, sort of give it away as a gift, the knowledge of it, then you might be like, hey, I like this. I don't know if that's good advice. That's just something that I did that, man, I was burnt. I was burnt out on it for sure. So yeah, back to this. My daughter here, Liberty, we set up these cans, and she's a pretty dead shot with a BB gun. So check it out, right here, and she's gonna shoot these four. The sizes are gonna get smaller as she goes. So the first number picked is the most likely to win a harness because that's the biggest target she's going to shoot at. And so I'll show you a little bit of it. All right, in the garden. So in the garden was one of the people who won one of the names that were picked from the poetry in that other video. And so in the garden is this large bottle that she gets to shoot at, this one first, and then next size down is the monster can, and then the next size down is this old Milwaukee can, and then the next one down is one of those little Starbucks cans, and it's a pretty interesting video, getting to see who wins. So that's the video I'm working on now for you guys. I'll show you just a bit, but I can't really give away the ending, right? Well, maybe I could. I mean, you guys you're here, right? You came here for something. So let's see. Let me show it to you. No BB. Oh, sometimes there's no BB. No BB came out. You didn't get it. All right, try again. Oh, you missed. Now in the garden is hoping that it gets back around to them. Now you got to shoot for the monster can. Oh! That was a dead shot. Good. So who was the monster can? Somebody just won a harness right there because she... No, I hear you, John, but she's dead shot with this BB gun. It actually does not too bad. It's one of those little Red Ryder ones. We've got loads of BB guns and pellet guns. She's actually pretty steady. I told her later, put your chin, your cheek on the stock. Don't just freehand it like that. She's quite good. She's steady. To her, it's like, oh, you mean you just put the front sight in the little groove of the back sight and just put that on, and that's all you do? And she doesn't overthink it. She nails. You'll see. I'll show you the video later. But I'll save that for now, and I'll give you guys a minute or two of my time since I didn't do so well with that yesterday. And then I'll cut loose and finish this video. I'm working on a harness too today. And it's super good. Super amazing project. Made of camel hide for the air traffic controller in Dubai guy. So I should have that hopefully closer to done today too. Any final questions for me before I blast out of here and get back to work? Back's okay. It's probably improving. Do I sleep? Yeah, I sleep. I stay up a lot. Thanks for everything you do for us. Some of my favorites are the ones that you just sit and tell us your thoughts. Thanks, Jeff. What made me start climbing trees? I saw a guy climbing a tree and rigging it out over a new foundation, and I thought it was incredible. I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I was only 18, and it took me a while to find somebody to let me do it. You guys who want to climb and they won't let you do it, I feel you. That was me. I had to start my own company to let myself climb. Monkey Beaver suspender system for my climbing belt. Yep, it's awesome. People buy it for every harness. If you don't have a suspender system for your harness, no matter what you're using, get over there and get one, because they're the best. You're welcome, ground pounder. Nathan Kelly, where's Ranchero? It's at home. Me and my boy were just talking about it. We got to get it fixed up, but first we got to get some more money. Step of faith. How to? Does your dad sell? My dad gives them away. I don't know that he's ever sold one. He just is a different kind of person. He's a generous person with a heart of love that doesn't think about money much. If he gets money, he even is like, cool money, and he's not exactly gonna ever be rich, because he'll use money to buy things for others. So if you wanted a bow, all you would probably have to do is ask him, but you might want to hurry because he's 80 years old, and he makes the bows for love, not for money. All right, Vic, have fun. Have you decided what happens to the stick man? I think he got it fixed. Valentine. Did I say that right? Valentine. I think he got it fixed. How are your folks? They're good, sir. They're good, Mr. Lund. I got an idea for a harness for Bruce. Haven't made it yet. Yeah, he would probably set you up there. Step of faith. How to. He'd probably hook you up. We got bows hanging on the wall. We'd probably send somebody if they really wanted it. My dad is really good at handcrafting. My brother too. My brother Grant, very good. The fur on my suspenders, Bruce, is beaver. Come on, it's beaver. We make an extra size, extra small harness that you could buy for your kid, but he taught himself how, Aaron. But it's expensive because it's a full-on work harness. It's rated, so it costs the same amount to make. So no, we don't have a kid's harness, for cheapness, for inexpensiveness yet for the crowd, but maybe we'll get one. I thought you were under attack when I saw that. Oh, by like Chewbacca? Yeah. Nothing happened to the battery saw with the umbilical cord. It's just that when I go up the tree, I never really seem to hassle with it. I just pick up the saw and use it because my forearms are still somewhat like Popeye. I can still make a notch with one hand at an odd angle and line it up every time. So I don't know. It's a cool idea. I like the idea, but I never really seem to hassle with it. John Stadman. Listening to your dad talk bows is a gift in itself. John Stedman, you're the man. God bless. Headed over to the shop. Okay, Bruce. Thanks. All the way from Idaho. You don't miss a beat, August. As treemen, we tend to see everything. No, sir. I see... I'm not a good multitasker. I am good at doing what's right in front of me, and I'm not so good at keeping track of everything. When I was a preschool teacher, the kids loved me, but some of the other teachers would be like, "Man, this guy, the classroom is just a zoo." Because what I would do is, when some little person wanted to talk to me, I would give them my undivided attention to the point of being in wonderment of this little creature and what they were thinking. And the classroom could be burning down behind me, and somebody could be getting struck by a chair by another kid, and I would only be just enwrapped listening to whatever was going on in front of me. So, no, sir, you're wrong. I don't see everything, but I see good what's in front of me. Maybe with tree work, I kind of understand the big picture of what's going on all around me more than other things, because that's where I've spent my life. How often do you preach? I came across a video of you giving a message. Twice a month at 2 different churches. I preach twice a month. I travel to one and I speak at one a little bit closer to home. Yeah, I taught school. I did. I was a Head Start teacher. What's up, Mississippi John? Plant more trees. Happy Monday. Thank you, sir. Back is, I'm getting a little squirmy, you know. I have to get up and walk. I don't sit good. I don't sit and drive. I don't sit on a plane good. And I don't sit in a chair much too good. Climbing the tree, as long as I'm careful how I move, is actually a pretty good place for me. What's up, Austin Smith? You know what, Austin? Everybody calls me Austin. Did you know that? When I show up on a job and introduce myself, they say, "Okay, nice to meet you, Austin," and I don't even correct them. What's the benefit of using the Panther bar as opposed to Still or Husky? Specific type of chain you prefer? I prefer the Panther quarter pitch chain. I really like it. The Panther bar is poor quality and doesn't last very long. The other bars, and every other bar just about in the world, probably is better quality. But I keep putting up with them because they replace them if you break it. And no, you didn't, Austin. You called me August. That's true. But people who just meet me call me Austin. As a matter of fact, I used to do tree work with a guy named Dustin. And Dustin, talented young man, a little bit of, oh, I don't want to tell you his inventory. Anyway, he was called Dustin, and I was called August, and we'd show up and introduce ourselves. And when we left, by the time we left, they were calling us Austin and Justin. So much so that we didn't correct them, and we even thought about starting our own company and calling it Austin and Justin's Tree Service, just for fun. Never did, though. So, yeah, I'm Austin when I'm not August. Mutt Goo, yes, I remember you. Margot, that's what it was. Margot, you're a female. Knowing you were a preschool teacher makes so much sense now. You are such a teacher and everything. I like to teach. I do. I like to teach, and it's so weird. At the same time, I feel when I'm teaching like you probably shouldn't listen to me. It's like, I want you to, but I feel almost guilty for standing up and speaking. You know what I mean? It's a strange thing. I always feel a little guilty after a lot of words, because I feel like there's, in multitude of words, there's no shortage of sin. What's up, man? I've been watching your videos every day now as I'm getting into tree work, going into my 2nd year now. You've taught me a lot of things, and I appreciate it all. You're welcome. Running on empty. I recognize y'all's names from the comment section. We did choose the winners for the poem contest. We did, and that's what this video I'm making right now is all about. I'm going to announce that, so watch my next video. Yeah, you'll see that soon, but I'll have to get off this live video in order to show you. Thank you, Running on Empty. You got a name? Or should we call you Roe? R-O-E, Running on Empty. I'm going to call you Roe. Thanks for the great 2.0 saddle. I got shipped overseas to Sweden last year. Used it a couple hours ago. You're welcome. What's up, Roe? Jeff is the main brilliance behind the... Not Jeff, Joe. I always call him Jeff. His name's Joe. And I call Jeff Joe. And I call Joe Jeff. And I call Jaden, my 4-year-old, I call him Damien all the time. And I call Damien Jaden. It's like Damien is such a kid, you know what I mean? He's such a happy kid that when I just want to get his attention quick and my subconscious says, Jaden, you know, like that. It's so strange. Say hi to Jeff Joe. What's up, Jeff Joe? Don't call me late for supper. Scott Nelson, you didn't reuse that joke again. Step of faith, how to not a 460 rancher. I build saws for a living. Not a 460 rancher? What does this mean? Oh, you were probably answering somebody else. Tucker Carlson fired? I don't know about that. Hi from Dubai. Washai, Bonsai. Are you the air traffic controller? Are you? Come on. How many people in Dubai would watch my channel? Well, I'm getting an email. Orange background with black lettering of Psalm 28:7 on Monkey Beaver 2.0. Okay, I'll get that started. Excellent. Okay, have you been watching my videos lately? Did you see snippets of the harness that I've been working on? It's coming together really well. You'll see it at the end of one of my recent videos. I can't remember which one. Tucker Carlson is gone, parted ways with Fox. Didn't know that. I don't really watch the news. I don't like the news. Give us little insight on how to switch from pruning trees, sawing down in a pickup to a tree service with employees and a real truck and chipper. My experience is... Sorry. Hi, August. My favorite arborist. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Well, hey, man. It's a big project. Is it Mark? I'm blanking on your name, right? Martin? I'm blanking on your name, but it's a big project. And it's taken me a long time to do that leather harness, and I may never do another one after this. So you just get little bits and pieces as I'm working on it. Martin, did I get it? Did I get it right? And then Step of Faith was saying, oh yeah, this guy. How do you go from just a pickup? I don't know. I'm not saying you should. But what I did is I decided I'd stop being afraid of overhead. and I got a couple equipment loans, and then I found that I could make those equipment payments quite easily. Um, Working for other people, because most people don't pay well. You guys wonder why my crew is still with me, is because I love them, for one, and for two, they're paid quite well. I worked cheap for years building other people's empires, and it was because I was afraid of debt and I was afraid of overhead, and then I got some equipment payments, and I just crushed them, and I was like, "Wow, I could have been building my own empire years ago." And it's crazy that I'm such a late bloomer that I didn't get started on it until I was already sore. And, now I'm like, now I can't even work every day. Now praise the Lord, I've got people to work that will carry the weight for me, because I beat myself down working for others too long because I was afraid of debt. So I made a few mistakes. I'm not saying debt that we should look forward to debt. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that money takes money to make money, type of thing. And so fear is not the answer. Who takes over? I don't know. I picture Damien in charge. He's the man. And my family, I don't know of my kids. Jaden is probably the most likely to be a tree man. Caitlin's quite good at it, but she's, you know, I hate to see her just. She'd have to really love it before I would really promote it. And she loves me, and so she does the things that I do because she wants to do whatever I'm doing. You know, that's the way kids are. They look up to you. Whatever you're doing, that's what they want to do. And so do good stuff, because they'll copy you. And so she wanted to climb a tree, and I'll say, let's get you up there. But whether that's her career choice or not, I would kind of hope not, because it can be a hard life. Thank you, 117 people watching. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up too if you get around to it. Albert Wobble. Are you finding any time to ride the dual sports? No, I have my dual sport for sale. And maybe we'll sell another one. I went a little crazy with motorcycles last year, and I bought 4 new motorcycles, and I can only ride one at a time. So I shouldn't have. And so now I'm trying to undo those decisions and get it down to just one motorcycle for me and one for my wife. So I have the KLR for sale for like $7,400. It's brand new, like 600 miles on it. And I have the Ducati for sale, and I'd probably take 11,000 for it. It's got less than 500 miles on it. But it's not really advertised. A-team video? Don't know, buddy. We got to get the A-team together first. Damien is like a golden retriever. That's what makes him so special. He's just happy. He's just a cool dude, just constantly. One of the greatest people in the world. He actually reminds me of Buck and Billy Ray. They just have this constant energy. Evan Hall, been nerding out, watching all your videos. Just bought my first tree gaffs yesterday. Right on, Evan. Have fun with it. Michael has 2 spars left to prune. All right, you're probably gone now, but thanks for checking in. Oh, sorry, but wobble, man. W-A-B-L-E. I'm so sorry. Wable. Got it. Raise up a child in the way that he should go, not the way we want them to go. Interesting. Yeah. Raise up a child in the way that he should go. You got to be intuitive to lead them in the way that they should go. You can be on the A team, John. Come on. You're honorary A team member as of right now. Welcome to the A team. Thanks for everything, August. Take care. Stay safe. Plant more trees. Thank you, sir. Lolo Tree Works, appreciate everything you've been putting out over the years. You were a huge influence in me branching off and becoming self-employed, based out of Bend, Oregon. Go there often. That's one of the places I go, and I preach in a church there once a month. Albert Wabel. Love your content. This is Licensed to Cut. Love your content. Met you at TCI Expo. If you got the time, I'd be ecstatic if you subscribed. I don't know how to subscribe from here, but I'll subscribe to you. But I hardly ever watch YouTube. I mostly just make videos. Sup, buddy, Arbor, Jack, Tree Service, Coates. I'm going to assume that's North Carolina. Buck and Billy Ray, have we collaborated? We've been in a video together, a live video. Worked on a job together? No. We started my ranchero together. Dundee, John Shank. Dundee, Oregon. You earned it, John. Just calm down. One day at a time. John's one of the only people that, well, he knows stuff. I also want to thank you for pushing Jeff to do more on his channel. I have been enjoying those too. Yeah, Jeff, I was in his ear for probably years saying, why have you not done it? Why have you not started a channel? People will watch you. People care. Just got my first mechanical prusik zigzag. Thanks for all the lessons and general entertainment. You're welcome, Karn. Albert Wabel from PA. I've switched gears on the flying. The airplane club I'm in only has one plane working right now. And it's really hard to get in there and use it because everybody's using it. But I'm kind of focusing on my son so that he can fly. Since my lower back, it makes it hard for me to run the rudder pedals until that heals. My boom truck is a 25-ton. Technically reaches like 102 feet without the jib, which I never use. I went to Arborfest Expo in North Carolina in April. I was hoping to see you and your team. No joy. You hitting up the TCI conference this year? Yeah, we plan to go to TCI. Thank you, Knight J. That boom truck is legit, and it's just a little truck. I bought it. It was actually, the whole story on that truck was that it was, somebody had crushed the front of it with a load. They've gotten the load out over the front and crushed the front somehow. Have a good lunch, John. Hello from Ulster. I don't know where that is, Stephen. Anyway, I got that truck for $49,000, and then I had body work and paint done to it because there was nothing else wrong with it, and it only had maybe 80,000 miles on it. So that truck paid for itself quickly. Another reason to not be afraid of some debt, because that thing paid for itself quickly. You're a preacher, Indiana Cornbread. My wife and I are recently ordained pastors over our church, already growing by leaps and bounds. Nice. I'm not ordained. I'm not a real preacher. I'm a guy. I'm a tree man who they trust to speak to their group. Yeah, I have not sought that ordination stuff. Not that I wouldn't accept it if they were like, okay, I dub thee preacher, but I kind of like it being a tree man who talks more so than being, you know, clergy or whatever you call it. My boom truck exploded, running on empty. Row. Was it Jeff or Joe that lost a daughter? It was Joe. He is a strong man. He's going through years of pain for sure. But what are you going to do, you know? He's learned a lot. Journey of discovery. Average tree guy picking up tips and tricks to safe tree management, keep up the entertainment and informative videos. That was from Twisted FPV. James Morgan, keep up the good work. Lumberjack, considering getting a Protos for my first helmet. I like the Protos because it's side impact rated. It's kind of heavy, but I don't see myself using a different harness. Northern Ireland, Stephen. So that was, what was that? What was that town that you mentioned? Ulster. Ulster in Northern Ireland. Well, thanks. Welcome. Fern61. Hi from Luxembourg, Europe. 40% forest. Love your videos and explanations. Cheers from a 62-year-old chap. I like you old dudes. A lot of my subscribers are old dudes. Thank you. If the old dudes like you gotta be doing something right. And if the kids, if the kids look up to you, or you know, they want to learn from you, wow, that's cool too. I noticed when I was preaching years ago, I learned that if you can get the kids to pay attention, you got the adults too, because everybody's just a kid. Hope things get busy for you guys. Wishing you all the best. Hello from Denmark. Enjoy your videos. Learn so much. Thank you, Skelet. Brian Archer was saying, hope it gets busy. Greetings from Chile. Wow. Mattias Bravo. Love what you do. Watch your videos when I was still a logger in Scotland. Inspired me to become an arborist and move to the PNW. Wow, man. Cool. Scottish woodcutters. Do you have an accent? I'd like to hear it someday. Thanks. I appreciate all the content. Sponging daily. Lumberjack. John Anglin. Good to see you. Running on empty. Mr. Rowe is almost 60. Dave in Kentucky. Cheers from an old dude in Kentucky. Thanks, Dave. I see you often. How sore are spurs on the legs and knees? You get used to it. I mean, if you want to be into Kung Fu and kick a wooden dummy, you can get used to that. You get a lot of love from arborists over here in the UK. Yes, I do, Richard Hollis. And I appreciate it. Even though, you know, we had that little skirmish back in 1776. We're over it. We love you again. Hollywood, hope you're doing well. Saskatchewan says hi. Washi Bonsai, Martin, your comment didn't work. Wrote all over itself somehow. It's not legible. I think Dubai is too far for the chat or something. I quit my 15-year career with USFS, United States Forest Service, to become a tree man. Thank you for the inspiration. Not an easy move to do, but the best move. I would think so, because then you don't have to ask anybody for days off. John Anglin is the Swede. Okay. That helps. Yeah. And then maybe even going by another name sometimes, if I'm right. What's up, August? William Fleener. This is fun, you guys. I should be working. But it's nice to just sit back and give back, answer questions on the fly. 124 people, 96 thumbs up. YouTube Studio says I got a super thanks from JB744, I think. Martin, can anybody see his? Can anybody read Washi Bonsai? He's a bonsai guy. You can't read his comments for some reason. William Fleener, you're welcome. John Stedman, I keep hearing and saying the 2.0 is the best saddle out there. Do they even make other saddles? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they all gave up after they saw that. Thank you for all the important lessons, Brady. Austin Smith, I should say thank you for your years of time in the saddle, sharing your experiences. I appreciate dedication to all of us. So what does he say, Roland? Because his comments aren't showing up to me. Hope my lanyard goes around a camel's neck. My. I just don't understand, sir. You Dubaians are hard to... Would love a chance to come cut some trees. James Morgan. Maybe one day you can invite me down. I don't plan. You guys don't understand. People often say, hey, I'm going to be doing such and such, and they'll be talking of some future event, and they'll have an idea. And I'm like, I don't plan. I feel like every day is just, Damien tells me if there's a job, and I don't know. I don't make a lot of plans. So if you're around and you happen to chat me up and we're on a job, then I'd say probably come on ahead. But it's really hard for me to make plans for where I'm going to be later when it comes to work. We didn't pick the winners officially yet, but I know who they are. I used a random number generator to pick out of the 385 people. Picked 4 people, and then I had 4 different size cans, and I put their names in them. And the first number picked was the biggest one, and then on down like that. And then I had my daughter get back, 25 yards away with the BB gun, and she shot at the biggest one first, and then next like that. So the one most likely to win would be the biggest target, and the one least likely to win would be the smallest target, the little Starbucks can. But you guys watch my next video, because it might surprise you who wins. 2 harnesses. They are 1.0 harnesses before we made the pocket change. So we were like, what do we do with these now that we've changed them? We're not talking about big changes. I mean, they're like super legit harnesses, but I'm like, well, we give them away. And so that's when I decided we were going to give them away. And so in my next video, you'll see how that happened. And yesterday, my live video was all about how that happened. And turned out the live video didn't work. It was like there was no Wi-Fi, and looked like I was purposely pixelated the whole time. If I buy a harness and it doesn't fit, would I be able to exchange it? Yes. It happens all the time. But we're pretty good also at if you'll talk to us in the office. If you talk to Evan, you call him. He's pretty good at giving you the right harness the first time. But no, we don't mind exchanging. I've even sent loaners out to people. Been working. Let's see, if I buy a harness and it doesn't fit, would I be able to exchange it? John McCarthy, 64 and still going. Do you run into poison oak in Medford? Yes. Hi from the UK, RHP Mountain and Trail. Love your content, JB7741. I think I just saw a super chat from you on another video. Been working backwards. I'm a nurse and not even remotely connected to your world, but I like your life lessons. Thank you. And thanks for the super chat. William Fleener, I have his number. Thanks. Good. Yeah, get on it. He'll help you. He's very good at it. John Eifer, you're one of the best in the world. Climbing is fluid, and your dead-on filling is unmatched. Come on. Video where you're wearing his suit and tie and fell this huge tree is classic. Thanks, yeah. I just had so much fun with that. I try. It's interesting you say your climbing is fluid. That's what I strive for, is fluid movement. Where one movement goes into the next. So a minute ago I was saying I don't plan ahead, but doing tree work, I think a few moments ahead, like chess. And so as one action is completing, I try to make sure that the action is headed toward the next action, so that there's not a lot of stop and start. Like when you're teaching someone to drive. Like I'm teaching my boy to drive right now. He can fly an airplane. Put him in the car though, and you know, it's a herky-jerky. And until you get really fluid with your movement, there's a lot of stop and start. And so practice, practice, practice. I used to, even before I could match my cuts up good, I practiced moving from one cut to the next without stopping. And I'd be way off. I mean, I'm talking even like reaching out with one hand to make a face cut out here like this with the top bar, and you're like, yeah, and I'd just go ahead and I'd just practice it, and just like pretend it was gonna work out, and I'd make the first cut, and then I'd make the diagonal cut. Wouldn't match. But no matter what, I forced myself to practice fluidity. So I would practice going from one move right into the next move, and even if it didn't work and I had to fix it, which was the other rule that I followed, it don't matter if it takes you all day to whittle the perfect face cut, do it. Don't send it until you got it how you want it. That's the other thing. But I would at least try to go from one move to the next, and then eventually I could do it. And yeah, I'm going off. My mind is in the past, remembering that stuff. Sewing the Art of Tree Work. My brother, Matthew, thank you. Dublin, Ireland. I've been following your channel and try to watch and hit that like button for more videos. Thank you, Terry. It helps. Will we be seeing you use a 200 tree more often? It looked like it put a smile on your face. Yes, I love that thing. So this guy, Joe Johnson, the guy who made that, restored that saw, I'll call it. That guy made the saw run really good, okay? It's very responsive. It idles. It doesn't race. It's got loads of power with the full bar buried, you know? So he just did a great job. And so I don't know him really. I've never met him. But the saw speaks to me. So that's enough for me. Ordering my buddy an MB 1.0 real soon. Ground pounder. Jeremy Montelius. Fluid is where it's at. I learned this watching complimers at ISA events. Oh, comp climbers probably. Using the beaners, do the speed lines things tend to rotate towards the gate hinge? I'm not sure what you mean there, buddy. You try to orient the slings on the rope. Well, with speed lining, you just clip them on. But there are ways to have accidents speed lining with. But that's what the new kit solves. The double locking, it solves. We haven't lost any pieces. No branches have come off the speed line since we've got these custom made from Rock Exotica. They're made on purpose for a reason. The kind that are non-locking or the quick draw snaps that you just press on the back, those can work themselves into a scenario, and I made a video on it where they can come off the line. But not our new kit. We sell a lot in the UK. And yeah, people do find that the customs and stuff is no fun and the postage is no fun, but they'll still seem to buy them. Trying to keep up with you guys here. I don't know how much longer it'll sell for $450. Joe and Evan have threatened to bump it for a while now because it costs more to make. That's an insane deal. But if you got $450, I would just soon save a little more and get the 2.0. That's what I would do. Been praying for your back. Thank you. Climber in Christ. What rope do you specifically use with your zigzag? I use a rope called Scandere. Scandere. Thank you, Margot. We don't spend any money on advertisement. YouTube is advertisement. Did you end up selling the Carlton? No, please buy it. $30,000 gives you the trailer and the remotes. No plans for a grapple truck. Nope. This economy here won't handle it. I like to climb anyways. I did think I wanted to get a Merlot, but no, I don't think so. I got 1 minute left. It's 59 minutes. I'm gonna bail in 1 minute. Otherwise, I can't finish this video and tell you who won the harnesses. Oregon. Dave Wilson, what's up? No, I'm not going all electric saws. If you watch my channel, you'll know that's not the case. I just like power tools, battery, gas, whatever. I'm not in any kind of like camp when it comes to the environment or whatever. I love my high powerful gas motors. I love those battery saws too. So why can't we all just get along or something? Let's see. Are you love watching your content? Thank you, Indiana. Favorite Bible verse? Rion wouldn't let me borrow it unless I came there and used it with him. My favorite Bible verse would probably be the path of the righteous is like the path of the sun, rising ever brighter to a perfect day. So you try to stay on the right path and things get better, 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 better. I often parallel tree work to the game of chess. If you want to stay in the game and excel, then plan the next 3 to 5 moves you will make and continue to do this throughout the tree. Greetings from Russia. I don't know how to say your name, sir, but you as a tree man. Right on. Thank you. Do you have a monkey beaver harness? I know we sent one there. Thank you, Richard. Richard Burkholder. How much chainsaw experience do you think before I should start climbing? Good question. Chopping trees for a job. What does that mean? Surely you don't mean with an axe. All right, Martin. We'll be in touch. Virginia Beach, Jason Lavarius. Richard Burkholder from Kitchener. What was that question? I like that question. Okay, you should be very proficient with a chainsaw before you climb a tree with a chainsaw. That's my answer. It was a big advantage for me. So I had no climbing experience besides the kind of climbing you do as a kid. But I had pretty good saw experience on the ground. So that's a big piece. Get real proficient with a saw. And if you don't, and if you're new to a saw, go ahead and follow the textbook stuff about it. You know, don't try to do those one things that you see people like me doing right away. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying they're not right for everyone, right? You don't give whiskey to little kids. They're not ready for it, okay? Hello from Texas. Leslie Hall. I like Texas. Good afternoon, everyone from Virginia Beach. What's your favorite diesel truck? I don't know. Probably my big Ford F550 or that Kenworth. You're welcome, sir, in Russia. I live on vacation, John. I mean, I got people helping me so much. I got such good teams that I feel like my life is a vacation. And I like my work, so it doesn't feel like work type of thing. I'm going to go. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. ATZE, ATSE. Good question, JC 412, trying to put me on the spot. Cranes are like erector sets made by men too. How come I like them? Well, I don't know. I guess I make no sense, huh? But maybe because bucket trucks are more dainty or something. I use DJI drones. Thank you, John Stedman. Have a nice day. OpenD Studio, good to see you. This guy says that he had to rappel out of his truck. You guys are hard to leave, but I am going to be successful at it. Helmet of Salvation, it says. Yeah, that was a helmet I made for Damien. I'm surprised you noticed that. It was kind of hidden in there. Oh, the Milwaukee? Bunch of random stuff. All right, David, this is going to be my last question answered. David K., what arborist tool or equipment has made the biggest impact since you started? Helmet communication, by far the biggest impact of awesomeness that there is since the chainsaw was invented. All right, thanks, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me, and now I go.